safety concerns forcing the Dane County Sheriff's Office to shut down a portion of the jail and move inmates to other facilities.
Plus, with the primary election just 1 week away, candidates are out meeting voters face to face. Today, we're catching up with Congressman Brian Stile. You're watching News 3 now at 6.
I did not want to wait for a tragic situation to happen to force our hand. We are proactive in our policing. We are proactive in our service to the community, and we must be proactive in our safety to our residents here in the Dane County Jail.
Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett shutting down the oldest portion of the Dane County Jail after citing serious safety concerns for months. He says among the worst conditions are locks that don't work, poor line of sight, inside cells for deputies, and with no medical beds, solitary confinement is being used for the sick. With the closure, Sheriff Barrett has plans to move around 65 residents to other jails out of Dane County. That would cost more than $500,000 through the rest of the year. The Dane County Jail Consolidation Project has been at a standstill since high construction costs put it $10 million over budget earlier this year.
But there is another plan on the table. Braden Ross breaks down the options.
Everyone agrees something has to be done about the Dane County Jail.
I think it's unfortunate that this problem has been allowed to fester to the point where the sheriffs decided to ship Dane County residents to outlying counties.
Right now, there are two options on the table. The current plan, backed by Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett, comes with a $175 million price tag. That's $10 million more than it cost when it was introduced earlier this year. To move forward, it'll require taxpayers to approve the additional $10 million in a referendum, something Barrett supports.
So when we look at those costs, as well as the continued cost of the project being delayed year after year, all of the cost savings that we thought we once were going to make by making these changes to the original project, we're going to lose in paying in shipping fees.
Today, the Black Caucus of the Dane County Board of Supervisors announced a different option. One Black Caucus member, Anthony Gray, hopes will address both the poor conditions in the jail and racial disparities in the system. The plan would keep the project at the already approved $166 million budget by shaving off an entire floor and 100 beds from the original planned facility. It also includes significant criminal justice reforms, something that the first option doesn't have, in hopes of reducing the number of people who end up in jail.
Weekend court, for instance, will reduce unnecessarily lengthy holds. That will limit the head count in our jail.
The Black Caucus is hopeful that this plan could move forward quickly because it wouldn't require a referendum.
I'm hopeful, I am prayerful that my colleagues will pass this plan and help us to end the insidious racial disparities for which Dane County has become infamous.
The Black Caucus's proposal will be presented to joint committees on Monday and could be brought before the board at their meeting on August 18th.
Head to channel3000.com for a breakdown of the current options. Taking a look over downtown Madison, the humidity will be painted on thick tonight, and there's a chance for some showers and storms overnight and into tomorrow. Meteorologist Julian Seawright is on the backyard patio with the breakdown. Hi, Julian.
That's right, Charlotte. And as we get to look at what tonight's going to be bringing for us, well, the muggy conditions we're feeling now and the heat that's sticking around is going to be adding fuel for us to start to see some storms developing, especially areas just north of Dane County by the time we get into the later part of tonight, and could carry into our Wednesday morning commute as well, which we'll be breaking down in just a few moments. But as of right now, let's take a look at what we're seeing throughout the rest of our evening hours. Currently looking at 87 degrees here in Madison was our high, and normally around 81 degrees for us. So we stacked up a bit warmer than normal, as we were seeing still some very warm conditions throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Wind speeds, however, have picked up. We're now looking at breezy conditions throughout much of southern Wisconsin, as we can see from Madison even into Mineral Point, and of course to our friends in Janesville and Platteville into the upper teens in terms of wind speeds. Temperatures 86 degrees as of right now here in Madison, and over towards Janesville as well, with 83 degrees towards Platteville. As we take a closer look at what we're seeing here in Dane County, we can see areas are still into even more warmer spots, especially as the further north that you go, and just in the surrounding areas outside of Madison. Now, as we take a look at what we're seeing in terms of dew points, we're holding on to increasing more of those dew points, especially now we're at 69 degrees, almost at 70 here in Madison. So we're going to be looking for a muggy night, and that's going to be leading into some showers and storms. Once again, we're going to be timing that out in just a few moments and how that may be impacting our Wednesday in just a few moments. Until then, let's toss it back to you guys.
And we have an update on a shooting that injured a small child over the weekend. During a press conference this morning, Poinette's police chief confirmed the victim was a 7-year-old girl. He said she was shot in the upper thigh by a boy under the age of 10. She was in stable condition and set to be released from the hospital soon. Police say Andrew Long, who lives at the home, was arrested in connection with the incident and faces charges of leaving a loaded firearm within easy access of a child and possession of drug paraphernalia. In an effort to prevent stolen vehicles, the Madison Police Department is handing out 100 free wheel locks to people who own certain Hyundai models, which thieves have been targeting recently. The initiative is similar to a program by the Beloit Police Department.
They are being given to them completely free of charge. It's going to be a first-come, first-served basis, and we are just asking for you to show proof of ownership, whether that's your registration card, if you have a title, or even just simply having us walk to your vehicle. We'll happily do that to make sure that you're given the device needed to help keep your vehicle safe.
The locks will be distributed during MPD's annual National Night Out event tomorrow. The event runs from 5 to 7 p.m. outside of the Madison Mallard Stadium at Warner Park.
State Patrol will have its eyes in the sky this week. Thursday, troopers will use aerial enforcement in Dane County along the interstate. If a pilot sees a traffic violation, they will relay a message to troopers on the ground so they can make a traffic stop. Pilots will also be patrolling in Waukesha County. You can find a full list of planned patrols at channel3000.com. Well, check this out. Multiple agencies last night helped save a man who got stuck inside the drum of a concrete mixing truck. First responders say the man had been working on the truck when he fell in. There was no cement inside at the time, but it was rotating. Crews found an access hatch in the drum, but it was too small to get the man out. Madison's heavy urban rescue team had to use a plasma cutter to widen the opening to pull him out. The man was taken to a local hospital. And still ahead at 6, a final push for votes as primary candidates go door to door. We catch up with Congressman Brian Stile.
And continued back-to-school coverage, why it's not just grade schoolers in a little need of help this year.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor. I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work. We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Ahead of next week's primary, campaign finance records show Republican Tim Michels has spent nearly $12 million of his own money That's about $1 million a week in his run for governor. Michaels endorsed by former President Donald Trump. His primary competitor, former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish, has raised about $7.5 million, none of it from her own pocket. And State Representative Tim Ramthun has raised about $190,000. Campaigns are in full swing now. Candidates are out meeting voters as they try to get their messages across, but the boundary lines for many districts have shifted this year, meaning candidates are trying to win over some new voters now in their districts.
One of those areas is Beloit, where political reporter Will Keneally saw that ground game in action.
Well, Charlotte, it's not often that when you hear a knock on the door that it's a U.S. congressman, but voters in Beloit got a chance to witness that this weekend. For U.S. Representative Brian Stile, he sees it as an opportunity to introduce himself to his new constituents. Many voters weren't even aware of the changes taking place under their own feet. Is this the first time that you had met Congressman Stile?
It is the first time, yes.
James Waters lives in Beloit, which used to be represented in Congress by Mark Pocan. After this year's redistricting, he now lives in Brian Stiles' district. And that was news to him, but he is happy about it.
We're going to be voting the Republican all the way for sure.
This is all part of the changing demographics of the district. So we were following Congressman Stile here in Beloit, but if you follow the Rock River here just a few miles north, you'll run into Janesville, which along with Beloit make up two of the Democratic strongholds in the 1st District. Stiles' district has changed pretty dramatically this year. It lost a chunk of Waukesha County and added areas of Beloit and South Milwaukee. Those changes make the district less Republican and more competitive. Stile has been hitting those areas.
The issue is you can't absolutely meet everyone, but I'm out talking to everybody. I was in South Milwaukee yesterday. I'm in Beloit today.
He says those areas could be ripe for Republicans to peel away.
I think we can change a lot of minds today and ultimately have a huge impact on the election. The idea is you get bang for the buck by going to the most likely voters, but there's also a strategy of just going to every door.
Because of how they target doors, Stile was speaking mostly to Republicans. Issues like the economy resonated with them.
Right now, jobs and gas prices are probably the biggest two things.
And this all sets the scene for the showdown this fall. Stile faces a political newcomer, Democrat Ann Rowe. So we caught up with Stile as he and Republicans were doing their 100 Days Out push. Democrats also launched their push over the weekend, releasing a statement that they are, quote, energized to re-elect Governor Evers, fire Ron Johnson, and elect Democrats up and down the ballot.
Well, it's not just grade school students who need the help with back-to-school supplies.
College students are also in need, which is why their essentials are also part of our ongoing donation drive. McKenna Alexander breaks down what's needed the most.
If you've attended college, you probably remember just how many things you needed to get the summer before classes started. That's why the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is making sure to include those students in the donation drive this year. So items like shower shoes, bulletin boards, bed sheets, toiletries, pillows, laundry hampers, towels, and of course the college staple of ramen noodles are all on that list.
It's important because, this is a time of the year where, some parents may have hardships to be able to provide for their kids. And so this is an opportunity for the club to really help these families and for the students to prepare them for the next school year.
Now, just a reminder, you can donate at several drop-off locations or through the Boys and Girls Club Amazon wish list, meaning you can donate from anywhere, anytime, making it really simple to do so. So for a full list of donation drop-off locations, as well as what donations are needed, you can visit our website at channel3000.com. For News 3 Now this morning, I'm McKenna Alexander.
And tune into News 3 Now this morning all week long for continuing coverage of our school supply drive, how you can donate and how those donations are going to benefit area students. And then tune in Friday morning in our big Fill the Boat Day on Lake Wingra. Still to come at 6, promising news for prices at the pump.
Plus, a new food truck doing something good, giving back to the community it calls home.
And then we have a look at your complete forecast. A few chances for rain this week, maybe some storms overnight. Meteorologist Julian Seawright will rejoin us. That's next.
Hi, I'm asking you to join me in voting for Rebecca Clayfish. Rebecca helped me beat the big government special interest. Tim Michaels' company sided with the union bosses and tried to stop our conservative reforms. Rebecca Clayfish is the conservative fighter Wisconsin needs.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with U.S. Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At U.S. Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
U.S. Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Ron Johnson never thinks about people like me. He's all about those Washington guys. Drug companies, insurance companies. Johnson took their money and pushed for billions in special corporate tax breaks, and even admitted benefiting from them himself. No wonder Johnson's net worth doubled since he's been in Washington. Meanwhile, Johnson thinks we ought to consider raising the retirement age. We ought to put Ron Johnson into retirement instead. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
and take time for kids.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
There are big differences between Tim Michels and me. I clip coupons, drive a minivan, and cut taxes. Tim Michels lives in a Connecticut mansion and tried to raise our gas tax. As governor, I'll put your family first.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Economic worries are sending oil prices tumbling this week. U.S. crude dropped nearly 5% to just below $94 a barrel. That's its lowest close since February. It marks the 48th day in a row where gas prices declined, and experts predict they will continue to drop by Labor Day.
Around Wisconsin, a new food truck is rolling out in the Stevens Point area. It's called Lo Que Sea Lemonade and More, and it's been in business now for a little over a week.
The owner and operator says there are many reasons she started it, but the main one, to give back to the community she and her family now call home.
We had a little rougher beginning up here.
Owner and operator Jennifer Garcia Pepperly grew up in Kiel, a small city northwest of Sheboygan and just south of Green Bay.
But then, of course, at 18, I took off to Madison,
leading her to gain 22 years of restaurant experience. But in 2019, she and her family moved to the Stevens Point area right before the pandemic hit, motivating her to start something new for the community.
My husband drives over-the-road truck driving, so in a way, I'm a single mom, but not a single mom, so it's pretty much me and the kids. So then I need to do something to involve the kids.
That's where Lo Que Sea Lemonade and More came into play.
Thank you. Now my 10-year-old, she's actually taking the orders and stuff, and she does an awesome job.
On the menu, different flavors of freshly squeezed lemonade with the option for sugar-free flavors. And something a little unique to the area, bubble waffles.
A lot of it, people have never heard of it, so a lot of people have to Google it to find out what it is, or I do have pictures handy usually to show them because I know people would be wondering what it is.
A recipe originated in Hong Kong but has made its way to larger cities like Chicago and New York.
Other places I know do pancake mix, but I actually do the actual bubble waffle mix. So it's just something new to try.
Rolling out a new option while getting used to new grounds.
I think my daughter actually is the one that opened my eyes. She's 18 years old, and she struggled a little bit harder moving up here. Ends up being mixed and everything, but she did the best that she could and everything. And it's just learning about history, learning about where you come from and what makes you who you are, and just be proud of that. Don't worry about what people tell you, just be proud of who you are.
But for the short amount of time the truck has rolled out,
it's been really nice. It's been a great experience. And a lot of people have been volunteering and contacting me to let me park there and everything. So it's been a great help.
And that was Brittany Dobbins reporting. You can also follow the food truck along on its Facebook page to see where it'll be headed next.
And Julian Seawright, I think the forecast for the next few days, good lemonade weather.
Yeah, definitely, especially since we're going to be heating things up throughout the rest of tonight as well. As that warm front is continuing to push its way into the upper Midwest, heat and humidity, which is the moisture we're gathering from the Gulf of Mexico, is continuing to fuel plenty of potential for shower and storms that will start to brew overnight and even going into our Wednesday. But taking a look at what we're seeing as of right now on our radar, any showers or storms is mainly into the far northern areas of Wisconsin. But for us, we're staying dry and still plenty of sunshine for us. But we're still going to be watching for Wednesday because we could see some stray showers or storms starting to develop. As of right now, the SPC has issued a level 1 out of 5, which is a marginal risk for areas in the southeastern corridor just outside of Dane County for our Wednesday. Now, taking a look at what we could be seeing for us, well, the rest of this evening and going into tonight, again, breezy conditions will continue, which is going to keep us into the warmer side, especially by the time we're even at midnight. Just take note, temperatures are still into those low 80s, and humidity is going to be right behind it, still within the 70-degree mark as well. So it is going to be muggy overnight, and we're going to be watching for that system starting to develop some showers or storms just north of the Dells. As we get into the early morning hours, we could potentially see some opening of our skies and not a whole lot in terms of showers, but by the time we get into our later morning, we could be seeing a bit more developments of some showers coming in from the southwest and starting to push its way a bit more widespread as we get into around the lunchtime hour. Temperatures will be into the lower 80s, still going to be holding into some light breezy conditions, but then we're looking for and watching for another line of some showers and storms starting to roll its way into our early afternoon hours. It starts to push its way east by the time we get into 3 o'clock and then 5 o'clock. Of course, we got to get prepared for the contest on the square. We could see things improve for us. However, a stray shower is still possible by the late part of our Wednesday night, but overall, we're looking for our events to end by the time we get into our Wednesday afternoon. The uncertainty is just going to be how much rain we're going to be seeing throughout much of southern Wisconsin and who all will get it at which time. But as of right now, the best timing is going to be overnight and into our early afternoon hours. As we take a look at how much rain we're going to be expecting from this system, well, some areas, especially just northeast of the Dells, looking for 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall, but mainly, again, the northeast towards the Green Bay and Fond du Lac area, we're going to be seeing the most significant rainfalls. However, we could see close to 1/10 inch here in southern Wisconsin, near the Dane County area. So a few things we're going to need to know overnight when we're expecting some stormy conditions. And then after tomorrow, we're going back to a bit more seasonable temperatures, back into the lower 80s. But then the heat is going to be returning by the time we get back into this weekend. And that's where we're going to start to see another shot of us seeing some potential storms going into our Saturday night and for our Sunday. So Charlotte mentioned it's going to be lemonade weather. It definitely will be, because we're seeing lower 90s by the time we get into Saturday, and Sunday in itself still going to be in the mid 80s as well. The next week going to be a bit more seasonable, but if that holds out, but if not, we could still see some warmer temperatures in the days ahead. It's going to do it for weather. What's coming up in sports, Zach?
I could go for some lemonade right now. Coming up in sports, Braylon Allen primed for another big season. The trio that's the driving the sophomore running back to be part of the best backfield in the nation. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Discover intuitive technology at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Felco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. Factory Direct means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. Most importantly, it means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
How do you use your energy? Hitting the ball farther than yesterday? Fielding whatever comes your way? Trying to shine as bright as the sun? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power, we're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
When President Trump called for a southern border wall, I didn't just agree. I built him a prototype.
Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump.
Now, instead of building the wall, Joe Biden's rolling out the red carpet for illegal immigrants. Totally, completely, utterly incompetent.
Conservative Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump.
For illegals, no driver's license, no benefits, no tuition. There's nothing racist about enforcing our laws. And when I'm governor, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
What does dry skin feel like?
It was really scaly, like a pet lizard.
New Dove Body Wash with Microbiome Nutrient Serum transforms the driest skin in one shower.
I feel amazing. I feel like put on a really good dress. Your skin's full of life again.
New Dove Body Wash.
Do you want some more?
Wait till you see me on the downhill.
See you at home.
Enjoy advanced safety at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Athletes from all over the world are back in the 608 to compete for the title of Fittest on Earth.
Tomorrow, Josh Breiter shares what you need to know about this year's CrossFit Games.
And we're gearing up for more showers and thunderstorms. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
The most important phase is fall camp. It's also the shortest one. You know, we've got 25 days. And you get 20 practice opportunities, and we've got to take full advantage of that.
And here's your first look at the 2022 Wisconsin Badgers taking their team photo ahead of tomorrow's fall camp. When we talked to them in Indy, the goal was to live up to the standard of winning the West and bringing home a Big Ten championship. And that theme of being the best was prevalent at UW's Media Day. Braylon Allen is coming off one of the best seasons as a freshman in Wisconsin history. For year two, it's simple. Be the best backfield in the nation. Something he believes is attainable, so much so that he posted a picture of him, Ches Malusi, and Isaac Garendo with that caption on it on Instagram. And the driving force behind it? The 2012 year where James White, Melvin Gordon, and Monte Ball rushed for over 3,000 yards and 37 touchdowns. They won the Big Ten that year, something this year's trio plans to do, but better.
That definitely gets me excited because it shows that those guys have the confidence, you know, and I think that's, you know, one of the most important things. Like I said, all three of them are really good running backs.
To be better for sure, and, you know, me, Ches, Isaac, Julius, Ship, all of us, you know, there's some guys that weren't able to get in the picture with us, but, you know, I think we're, like I said, the best backfield in the nation, and we're just all eager and hungry to prove that.
Gone are five-year starter Sydney Hilly, five-time first-team All-American Dana Retke, Lauren Barnes, Grace Loberg. You get it. The reigning national champs lost a lot of experience, but that's okay. They're also bringing in a lot of talent. And remember, there's still key pieces returning. So instead of a rebuilding year, it's a reloading one. The Badgers are ready for another run.
We do have so many new people joining our team that are bringing so much to the gym, whether it's a transfer or our incoming freshmen. Like, they are all ready to compete.
They know what we're about, what this is about. They believe in themselves. They've got a lot of confidence. They're not trying to be Sydney Hilly, just like Sydney Hilly wasn't trying to be Lauren Carlini. You know, but they believe in themselves.
So a lot of big expectations for both the volleyball team and the football team.
You just know that Sheffield's going to have that team playing well, even with all those kids that left. Final check, Julian?
Yeah, and we're going to be watching for tomorrow because storms could be impacting us going into our concerts on the square. But then warmer days are ahead of us, guys.
All right. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
We'll see you back here at 10.